My name's Steve Nash. This is Christopher Cherry. We're the Toronto producers of the 48-Hour Film Project. And I have to tell you, we've been doing this for 6 years now, and every year we're just blown away by the talent we see up on the screen. For all the filmmakers in the audience, you are one incredibly talented group of people, and my hat's off to you. Now, we're about to announce a whole lot of awards. We're going to go through very much like the Oscars, but much shorter. More like the genies, I guess. So, soon we're going to find out which film will represent Toronto at Filmapalooza. This is an international film festival where the best film from each 48-hour city, and I guess we're in 135 cities now around the world, the best films from each city will compete against each other in March 2nd to 5th in Atlanta, Georgia. So soon we'll find out who's going to represent Toronto. Before we move on to the awards and the prizes which are generously donated by our sponsors, I'd like to introduce Dave Roberts and Brandon Ludwig, our two principal judges, and I'd like them to say a few words before we kick off the awards.
I'm just really proud to be in this theater with so many incredible filmmakers. Let's rock Atlanta and let's kill it at Cannes.
Like Brandon said, we're very honored to be here and be selected as judges for 2 years now in a row. From last year to this year, things have just gotten better and better. And for all of you people that are looking to do films next year, we're really excited to see what you have planned for us. And just keep up the great work, everybody.
And to introduce the last person on the stage, we have Colleen Zimmerman. So Colleen's been a judge for the 48-Hour Film Project for 6 years also. This year, she took a secondary stance and sort of did the, the final analysis. So you can blame Brandon, Dave, and Colleen for the final results, but I think they're bang on. So I'm going to have Christopher here start off with the first award of the night.
All right. Hello. We're going to go to Best Use of Prop, and that's Pursuit of Gnarliness by Werewolves on the Moon. Actually, can we have all the filmmaking teams come down to the front?
Well, just
represented.
Yeah, if we. As Christopher said, if we can have the team leader, or at least a representative from each team, come down to the front row so you don't have to actually run down from the balcony to collect your award. And now on to the second award of the night. It is the Best Use of Line of Dialogue. And that goes out to The Big Break by Tag.
So we go on to the best use of genre. This year we do have a tie for that. Best use of genre goes to Best Buds, La Joie de Vivre, and A Set of Rules by Saffron Squad.
All right, now we have 2 awards going out to the same team. It's for Best Use of Character and Best Musical Score. The awards go to Threshold by Ansina Trance. And now we're going to move on to a few awards of excellence for some films that really stood out. So I'm going to, there are 3 of them all together here. I'm going to name them one at a time. Can we have somebody come up from the film Foreclosure by Front of House Productions?
The Incredible Fist by Middle Joe. And you gotta see these suits, man. You gotta see these suits. They're awesome.
Now another award of excellence goes out to Strapped by Triple Bypass Productions. All right, now we have another bundle of prizes going out to one team. First, Best Special Effects, Best Sound Design, Best Editing, and Best Choreography. Goes to Space Heist 3010 by Creative Meat.
Right, then we have another couple for Best Costumes and Best Writing goes to Christmas Evil by Mighty Morphin and Grangers.
And now the award for Best Cinematography goes out to The Case by This Film Has 48 Hours.
Right, so now we've moved on to Best Directing. Lockjob by Faywood 16 and Jasper.
And now for the Best Actor Award. It goes to Corey Glass-Smith for his work in The Invoice by Brainstorming.
All right, Best Actress. We do have a tie, and they are both from the same film. Stephanie's Room by Adam Productions. Olivia Newell and Allison Brown.
All right, now for Best Ensemble Acting. Goes to Expiry Date by Bytown Buds Incorporated. There we enjoyed the work by Lindsay Garrow, David Rowan, Brennan Martin, and Tim Finnegan.
All right, so now we've moved on to the audience awards. The audience award for Group A, Red Lark. 1.3 Funro.
So for those of you who aren't aware of what the Audience Award is, we had the premiere screening of all 59 films that were submitted to this year's 48-hour film project. And so those films are split into 6 different screening groups, which we screened at the Review Cinema a few weeks ago. So after the screening, the entire audience voted for their favorite films. These are the audience favorites. So we'd started off with Red Lark from Group A, and then we moved on to Group B. The audience favorite for that screening was Christmas Evil by Mighty Morphin finding Grangers.
So the audience award for Group C, The Invoice by Brainstorming.
Now the audience award for Group D goes to Stephanie's Room by Adam Productions.
Break the rules!
So the audience award for Group E, Expiry Date by Bytown.
Next year.
And the audience award for Group F, Keys to Success by Moonish Studio.
So now we're at the stage where we hit the last 3 awards of the evening. And this would encapsulate the second runner-up for Best Film, the first runner-up for Best Film, and then of course, the Best Film. The Best Film, once again, will represent Canada at Filmapalooza, and if it does well there, it'll move on to the Cannes Film Festival. So, we've been running this award ceremony faster than we normally do. The theater was pushing us saying that, hey guys, you realize that there's a doc being shown right after you're done, so can you make sure you go quickly? Well, we've accomplished that, so now... Yeah, I'm not gonna talk for a half hour, don't worry. But what I'm gonna let happen here is I'm going to let the next award recipients, we're actually going to let them speak for a couple of minutes and maybe do a shout out to their team and say a few words. So, the winner of Best Film, the second runner-up, goes to Christmas Evil by Mighty Morphin and Grangers. Now, if there are more cast and crew from that group, feel free to come onto stage and join your colleagues, or stay seated, whichever you like.
Or just stand up.
Or, oh, you should all come up here and bow and receive your applause. Well, you all did an incredible job. Let's have another round of applause. And let's have a few words from the team leaders over here.
Thanks, guys. Yeah, thanks. We'll just go around the horn.
So you clearly didn't prepare a speech. So why don't you just tell the audience what it was like for you to create a film in 48 hours? How was the process? How did you enjoy this as a whole, from the making of the film to being here right now?
It's pretty enjoyable. We've done this probably like four times maybe. Yeah, not sure of this contest, but this is probably the smoothest it's ever gone for us, which is nice. Yeah, I don't know. Good points. Anyone else want to agree?
It's super beneficial to sleep in shifts, just saying.
So there's some incredible writing in your film. Why don't you just talk about the writing process? Like, how long did it take you to actually write this script?
Usually the way we write it, we pitch a few ideas, then we push those aside, then we make jokes for a long time, then we push those aside, then we try more ideas, and eventually by the end, the jokes we've been making are the only things that have developed, and then that's what we end up with. So.
Well, you did an absolutely incredible job. Thank you all so much.
Okay, so now we're moving on to the first runner-up. First runner-up for Best Film, Red Lark by one.
What's in there?
So once again, if there are any cast and crew members from Red Lark, come on down. Of course, you're all seated in the balcony. That makes sense. So yeah, come on down. And as we wait for you, let's
Come
hear.
on down.
It's like The Price is Right. Let's have a few words while you're on the stage.
Do we want to tell the story again of the cops?
You can tell the story.
Okay. It's 1:30 in the morning. We're filming at the top of a parkade in Yorkville. And as you saw in the film, it's that opening scene where we're dragging the body into the vehicle. And yeah, we get this third and final take, just hit it perfectly. And just then, a cop car rips in front of our camera truck, and like the guys come out with like their hands in their guns, like, "What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing?" We're just like, "Ah!" Mitchell dropped the crowbar pretty quickly, and the rest is history.
Yeah, because he was coming in hot. I mean, he was doing like the cross step with the hand on the gun. He was like, "What's going on here? What's going on?" But I said, "Good evening, officers."
We had to talk our way out of that one. We called these guys at 1:30 in the morning, and they were not awake. But we got out of it, unarrested.
All right. So now that the entire, well, most of the cast and crew are on the stage, why don't we have another round of applause for Red Lark? you all made an incredible film. We just adored it. The audience obviously adored it, and there's a reason why you're runner-up for best film. Outside of the police story, so that's probably the low point. Now, what was the high point of this filmmaking weekend?
Anyone want to answer that one? I like the camaraderie of it. Like we all, I'm sure that you guys all experience this as well. There's sort of the nth hour when you all get super delirious. And I mean, some of our better work came in through in the film because of that. And yeah, for me, it's like, I mean, the final product's exciting, but it's very much like the process of making one of these films. It was really special to me.
Can I say something about this moment right here and now? Is what an honor it is to be recognized in front of such talent. You know, like I'm from Calgary, and this is my first time participating in anything in Toronto, and I'm just blown away by some of the films tonight, you know, and just like incredibly humbled and honored to be a part of, you know, and be here with all of you. So thank you. You know, it's
Anyone got anything to say? Well, let's have another round of applause.
Yeah, thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
You know, I have to tell you about this team here. At our kickoff, I told the story about a filmmaking team from Lyon, France. And that filmmaking team had a very similar police experience. They had a high-speed car chase, guns. Of course, they're just filming a short film, but some neighbors were concerned. So they called the police, and 6 squad cars showed up, and 2 helicopters. And of course, they were all arrested. I think the rule of thumb, something we've all learned here, is that if police cars show up, you might not be arrested. When they call in a helicopter, you're definitely going to be arrested. So, thankfully, City of Toronto, they know Christopher and myself and the 48-hour film project, and so Christopher took the brunt of dealing with the police, and they said, okay, hey guys, that's great, next time just put up some film cones or something, or maybe get a permit, we don't know, but we're just happy no one was being killed, and all is good, go on. So, I told this story to all the filmmaking teams, pleading with them, don't get arrested. Don't have the police show up. And now I have a story to tell my colleagues in France that they're not alone in their experiences. We too in Canada receive phone calls from the police. And it's just a fun story all around. But honestly, the most impressive part is, and this is the challenge for all filmmakers, is that there will always be an obstacle in your path. And what makes for a great filmmaking team is being able to overcome these obstacles and complete your film. This film, they almost got arrested. They had a delay in their filmmaking by a couple of hours, and yet they still finished their film on time, and they created this masterpiece. So we're just, once again, blown away. It's just, what a great job. Good job, guys. And now, last but not least, we have the winner of the best film. It goes to
Stephanie's Room.
Now, this is probably one of the best films we have ever seen at the Toronto 48-Hour Film Project. And you know, in this city, you're in good company, because we have had some other incredible films which have represented Toronto, which have gone on to Filmapalooza and then moved on to Cannes. I am confident that you will join them by being recognized at Filmapalooza. And without a doubt in my mind, your film will be selected to move on to the Cannes Film Festival. So why don't we start off with a couple of words from the team leader.
Well, first of all, thank you. Thank you so much. This is awesome. And like the Calgary guy said, this is really cool to be sharing this experience with so much talent. Like it's a great honor. And thank you. Thank you so much. Does anyone else have something to say?
Was there a question? Yeah, this is great. Thank you guys so much. And thank you to everyone who voted for us for the audience award as well. That's awesome.
Oh yeah, and as if for 48 hours, like I'm sure everyone who's part of that understands how crazy it is. But thank you for forcing us to being creative for 48 hours. Because something about films is we always start it, we always have an idea, we always want to, make the best of it. But then there's like that final result that's always hard to deliver. It's like it might be something we're scared about, or we're worried that it's not good enough. But you guys forced us to go through with it and finish it and not sleep for 48 hours, but it was worth it. It really was worth it. So thank you, we appreciate it.
Well, filmmaking, it's based on the sum of all of its parts. So you have a bunch of people here. Why don't you introduce each one to the audience and let us know what their role was in your film.
All right, well, do you yeah.
Hi guys, thank you. My name is Dimitri. I was mostly the cinematographer for the project, so all the lighting and the camera. I guess I kind of did the sound as well, but it's not as
Yeah, too small.
Hey, I'm Spencer, and I wrote the score. I do music and stuff, and thanks to Matt, he called me up last late on the Friday night. I was able to work on the movie, so it's a lot of fun. Yeah.
I'm Olivia, and I got this crazy team together. We didn't know each other, and Ali knew Matthew and Dimitri. I had never met any of these guys, and Michael, who's our editor, who's not here right now. But yeah, and then we just bonded. So yeah.
I'm Allison Pratt. I'm an actress, and we shot at my house, so locations count.
I'm Jameson Kramer. I had the good fortune of not having anything to do that Saturday night. And Allie was like, hey, what are you doing? And I'm like, Netflix. She was like, come be in a movie. I'm like, yeah, all right, cool.
Also, I just want to say, how perfect was that final shot of him? His face definitely made it. I'm Matt. I was the director and I guess co-writer with everybody else. And yeah.
Well, once again, that's, this is the essence of making a film. It's putting a team together and then delivering in every single category. We do our scoring. We have a scoring sheet that, unfortunately, I give to Dave and Brandon and Colleen, and they look through 18 different categories. And then we have discussion, we do analysis again.
Are there discussions though?
Of course, there are discussions. So it moves down to the fact that you excelled in every single category. And I can't wait to see your film screened amongst the other international contenders. And I'm so proud to be a Torontonian, because just by that alone, I'm associated to you. And yeah, it makes us all look good. So I know that I'm pretty sure that this entire audience will be rooting for you when you move to Filmapalooza. And we look forward to seeing more of your films in the future. Congratulations, everybody. You did a wonderful job.
Wait,
All right. So now I want to have one last round of applause for all of the filmmakers. So we originally booked the second floor of Hopper's Pub across the street for a wrap party for all the filmmaking teams and any of the audience members that wanted to join us. Unfortunately, on Friday night, we got bumped from the second floor to the main floor. So that's okay, because we are all gonna go across the street. We're gonna have a drink at Popper's Pub on the main floor, and we're gonna celebrate the Toronto filmmaking community and all the films that we saw at the 48-hour film project. So we'll see you across the street, and thank you all.
Congratulations again.